But one thing I will never understand is a customer that spends a large amount of money to get rid of bed bugs, but fights us the entire way.
A fabulous bird, reborn from the ashes of its earlier life.
How dare you, insect? How dare you interrupt my ascendance?
Bed bugs can be traumatizing to have. The bites itch, they can seriously affect your sleep, and there's an icky factor, which is pretty high. But one thing I will never understand is a customer that spends a large amount of money to get rid of bed bugs, but fights us the entire way. If you're spending a couple $1,000s, you would think one would want to cooperate and get it done right and not go against our recommendations. That's a lot of money to throw away. So today, I'm going to tell you about 2 customers and their bed bugs. They responded very differently and therefore got very different results. So the first customer, we'll call him Joe. Called about bed bugs and we started treatments. From the start, it should have been a normal bed bug job. We provided a list of prep work, which is minimal, but it still wasn't done. That only hurts them. We also had ambient moisture issues affecting the material, so we recommended a dehumidifier. A month later, we did the second treatment. Had more prep issues, but we worked through it. On top of that, the dehumidifier was a cheap dollar store unit that just was not capable of pulling water even out of a mouse hole. But we worked through it. That should have done it. In another month, they said they were good to go. So we called in First Defense Canine to bring the dogs and make sure. Now, I don't know what it is about some people, but they're just absolutely incapable of calling people back. No one is that busy and they don't have time to send a text. Come on. Even if it's after hours, send a text. We'll see it in the morning. It took 2 months before we finally found out that they still had bed bugs. Well, after that long, they've had time to lay eggs and hatch more, so we are effectively back at square one. And that's frustrating for them because they still have bed bugs, but it's frustrating for us because they were almost gone. Unfortunately, the only next step is to start services again, which will cost them more money. Of course, they didn't like that, but they created this problem, and we don't work for free. When we have issues with a bed bug job, we sometimes ask the customer to document and collect any that they find. If they put them in a Ziploc bag with a wet paper towel, we can see if the material germinates on them and kills them. This means that they were going to die already, they just hadn't yet when the customer found them. This helps us understand what is going on in that house. We had them do this, and every single one of them germinated. This is also when they decided to ghost us when we were trying to schedule with them. The next few services were 2 and 3 weeks over the 1 month mark that we recommend. We stress how important it is to keep a consistent treatment schedule, but when the customer just flat won't respond, we can't help them. This extra time, again, allows eggs to hatch out, and then they lay new eggs. We have to kick these bed bugs while they're down in order to eliminate them. And every single time we have a customer that ghosts us like this, it takes longer and more money to get rid of the bed bugs. All because you can't make a call or send a text. I just don't understand. It's like some of these people just like getting sucked dry by bed bugs every night. So I eventually had to lay the law down because they just weren't getting it through their thick skulls. They were frustrated with the rising costs, but refused to cooperate, which caused the rising costs. I see this kind of stuff more and more. It must be some kind of weird societal shift thing. Call people back. You know that phone is glued to your eyeballs 24/7, so don't tell me you didn't have time 2 seconds to send a text. But hey, it's your money. If you want to give me more of it, okay. I tried to get you to not give me more money and get rid of the bed bugs faster. But hell, what do I know? I'm only an associate certified entomologist with 25 years plus experience at this point.
I wish you luck.
Anyway, they scheduled the next treatments on time, and we finally got rid of the bed bugs. And throughout the whole thing, every one they collected germinated. That means that if they had just called us back, they would have saved about $1,000. What a waste. Don't be like Joe. Now, the other customer, we'll call her Marge, had a much worse problem by apocalyptic levels. They also had a more challenging space to treat. They had less room to work in. They had more people living there. They had more stuff in this smaller space, and even had all kinds of structural damage that we had to work with. As bad as that situation was, it's nothing we haven't done 100 times. Here's the difference, though. When we showed up for the initial treatment, she had done everything we asked to a T. We've kind of gotten used to people being lazy and not doing the prep work, but she did so well that we didn't even need both techs that I had scheduled. A month later, I touched base with her, and she was good to go after one treatment, which I didn't even expect. So we called the dogs in, and they declared it eliminated. So much easier on us, but especially for her family and her small, limited pocketbook. The moral of the story is you called a pro to do a professional job. Unfortunately, we cannot just snap our fingers and make them go away. The customer has some responsibility here too. If you're going to spend a bunch of money on a pro, cooperate and call them back. I assure you, we want them gone just as much as you do. Don't be a Joe. Be a Marge. You want to know what bugs me? Bed bugs. But I love to kill them.
Look at me.
Killing me, Smalls!
They're dead, alright? Can I go now?
I stand upon my desk to remind myself that we must constantly look at things in a different way.